Alright, so we are in a familiar parking lot. This is Active Autowerke, and we're going to be working on the G80 M3 today. And the G80 M3 has been a great journey. This car has gone through many different changes. Obviously, the biggest change in recent times has been the front lip along with the wheels. But we're going to entirely change how this car sounds. And this one piece of pipe is going to make that difference. Alan, what do we got going on?
So today we're going to be doing the Gen 2 upgrade on Ken's EL that he has on his car. He was one of the first ones to get the equal length on the G80s, and since then we never stopped doing R&D, trying to make everyone happy. But yeah, today we're going to be doing the Gen 2 upgrade, going to throw some resonators on there, clean up the sound a little bit, and bring the octave down a little bit as well, so it's going to be deeper and smoother.
Yeah, and one thing I want to mention about, I guess, what he mentioned, right? The cold start is the issue, right? Cold start has been the biggest issue on this platform and even the F8X platform, because the cold start is really to warm up the cats, right?
Yeah, cold starts to warm up the cats, and then whenever you do that, well, at least with majority of aftermarket exhaust, you always get a little bit of that valve rattle as well. So that's just extra flow going into the exhaust. Obviously, the stock muffler gets the worst of it because it's such a big diaper, as they say. So all that turbulence kind of just goes through that can, starts to rattle the valves, and a lot of people hate it. So all this time we've just been spent figuring out what we can do to solve that issue, and the Gen 2 seems to be a really big help with that.
Yeah, in a little bit we'll go inside to show you exactly what they've changed and why it makes a big difference. But even this morning, like my son's sleeping, I left probably pretty early, he was still sleeping. I didn't want to make a lot of noise, so immediately after the car started up, I rolled out of the garage because I didn't want to wake him up, because the rattle does happen with any box you guys have. As long as you start changing, once you start changing the mid pipes and the whole exhaust system, for whatever reason, I guess all the new airflow going through, it kind of rattles it.
Exactly. The extra flow is always going to start to rattle the valves. It's hard to get away with it. Well, hard to fight it, I guess. But yeah, definitely having those extra resonators on there. I always suggest going with the triple res setup that we have on the Gen 2s. And that really does help mitigate the valve rattle and that little 2K buzz that some people are getting as well.
Yeah, especially the ones that have the ZF8 speed.
Sure.
I am a real man. I'm kidding. Look, there's definitely pros and cons about having the poverty spec, which is basically the manual, and also there's a lot of good opportunities of why you would want to get the ZF8 speed. But I'm more of a manual guy. I'm not really trying to be the fastest car out there. But guys, this car has come along a long way. I do have more plans. In a future video, we're going to be going to SEMA and hopefully make some connections with some of the vendors out there, because I think this car could change a lot more. Stay tuned. We'll go inside and check out exactly what we're talking about of how this is going to sound, the difference of it. So let's go check it out. All right, so we're here at Active Autowerke, and this is what I currently have on my car, right? This is the equal length mid pipe Gen 1. And if you guys watched the previous videos, you guys know that this really clears up the rasp and also the tone of the S58. But Rob, there's a big difference between what we have going on here to the table we have going on behind us. What is this?
Correct. So this is the original Gen 1 that Ken has on his car, and from the inception of the G80 equivalent, this is what we've offered. Within the last couple months, if you've seen older videos, we did the Generation 2, which we showcased a couple months with Ken ago. But now it's his time to put on the Gen 2 on his car. So we're actually just going to go over, for those who didn't see it, the difference in the Gen 1 versus the Gen 2. We'll talk a little bit about the upgrade if you have a Gen 1 and you want to go to a Gen 2. So this is actually Gen 1 with no resonators. So if you look at it, or if you have it, you'll probably recognize it. But now we go over to our new Gen 2. So looks pretty much the same except for a couple little things, which is primarily the resonators that we place in the Gen 2. Here you can see two here. There's also a third resonator for guys that might have like catless downpipes or some other resonated downpipes or something else where the car has a lot of rasp, or especially cold start where there's that loud, obnoxious cold start. So this third resonator helps a lot in the cold start. These are primarily for the 2K rasp. So this is what we'll go to primarily. If you order just a regular Gen 2, this is what you're going to get. If you ask for a Gen 2 resonated, this would be the additional resonator that you get. So when you order an equal length for the G80, G82 now, this is what you're going to get. It's going to automatically come with these resonators in there. The Gen 1 is no longer available, so everything will be Gen 2. If you ask for resonated G80 equal length, you're going to get the third resonator. So that's primarily the difference.
And then you were saying earlier, right? Obviously, these make a big difference with the tone at the 2K bar, right?
Right.
And then this alone here helps drastically on the cold start.
On the cold start, correct.
So the cold start, you probably heard in the beginning of this video or towards like right now. When you start up the car, if you don't turn off cold start, right, the only way to turn off cold start on the G80 platform is actually, unlock your ECU, send it to Femto and get that unlocked. I am not tuning my car yet, maybe in the future, but again, when I start up the car, especially if I have a little one, it shakes the house, right? And that rattle itself kind of gets annoying. And when you're in a parking lot at a car show, it sounds like your car is kind of broken sometimes.
Yeah.
But this helps eliminate that. And I've heard it before on, I guess, Habibi's Alpine White G80. And recently he actually put a different box on, which we'll probably feature in a different video. And that's going to be interesting to see too.
Correct. So, you know, the cold start is an issue with BMW. So no matter what you do, the cold start is there unless you, of course, you have your ECU unlocked, then you can tune it out. But you got to live with it. And any kind of mod, exhaust mod that you do just amplifies that sound, whether it's our system or somebody else's, it just amplifies the cold start. So there's nothing that you can really do. So we've experimented with this, and I would say it's maybe 90% better. It's not 100% because that cold start, unless you code it out, is always going to be there. But the people who had it are very happy with it.
You haven't heard any complaints. Everybody's been raving about it.
Everybody's really happy about it. So, but mostly everybody's just concerned in 2K RAS. I mean, cold start for some people, they don't care. They say 16, 20 seconds and it's gone. So
yeah, and then also stay tuned towards the end of the video. We're gonna ask Rob, how does the trading program work? If you guys haven't seen the last couple videos, he explained it on those videos, but we're gonna have an explanation here so that you guys don't have to tune in for so many different segments, right? We're gonna have it all in one video here for you to see. So stay tuned towards the end of the video for that. I think one of these days I'm gonna have to go with a video of every single thing I've done to the G80 M3 so far. But you can see right here, these are the AWE Switchpath along with the RSC 7-piece kit rear diffuser. Definitely nice and chunky. It adds a nice depth to the rear end. It is probably the most aggressive rear diffuser for the G80 platform right now. But as you go along, this is the custom connector pipe that a lot of you guys have asked me take pictures of and stuff, or even maybe convince Active to make a connector pipe for the AWE Switchpath. I know they're very busy, so I'm not sure if that's gonna happen, but you can see this is the Gen 1 equal length mid pipe, and it's definitely had some age to it, but that's normal wear and tear, right? But again, this is high quality stainless steel, no rust, and it's connected to my Gesi catted downpipes. I do want to point out, guys, one of the most important things, and this should be part of a starter pack, is having a brace. This is a metal brace. You can hear it's a 1/8 of an inch, I believe aluminum, and it's hard enough to kind of prevent anything from, yeah, see? He's hitting it, and it's a hard piece of aluminum that's going to prevent of damaging your oil cooler, and that's one of the biggest issues on this platform along with the F8X. So guys, if you guys haven't got something to protect your oil cooler, definitely check the video out. I'm gonna leave it down link below, and if you guys want to pick this up, I'll leave a discount code for you guys too, and it's something that, again, It's something that's not expensive, and it's something that's going to prevent you from having a catastrophic failure on your car. Alright, so let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if you hear the difference. Definitely the cold start is one of the biggest differences I noticed. When adding the third resonator, the one that you can see right now, it definitely adds to taming this sound. Before I had the Gen 2 equal length, what I can notice is that with my pops and bangs, with the valves open all the way, and in my Sport Plus mode for the engine mode, I noticed that the pops and bangs were a little bit more tinny, right? A little bit more tinny. With this new setup, it definitely deepens the pops and bangs, which is something that a lot of you guys may want to consider. It does quiet the car down about another 10 to 15%, so it depends on how loud you want it. And again, one thing I would want to note for you guys is that everybody has their own taste, right? When it comes to exhaust tones, or even if they prefer like the single mid-pipe as compared to the equal length. I love this tone, it sounds amazing. I'm gonna give it a few more weeks, and depends. I spoke to Rob and he goes, run this setup, let me know what you think about it, and if you wanna go back to just the two resonators, we could work with that. As of right now, I took a ride yesterday actually with my son and my wife. We went to a car event, and in the car event, there's times where he was sleeping, you know, going to the event itself. So what I did was I put it in comfort mode, valves closed, and it was super quiet, no drone, nothing at all. And then obviously today I'm driving around the neighborhood and just having a little fun. Opened the valves completely and it sounds so good. I love the tone of it, and the car is coming along, man. I'm telling you, there's so many more things I want to do, but it's just finding the time. I have so little time now with all these events going on, and I definitely want to thank everybody that has been coming out to the events. It's been amazing to meet you guys and also share what car culture is all about. So I'll give you guys a couple more revs inside the car. Hopefully you guys can hear the difference, and let's hear that right now. All right, guys, I'm gonna wrap this video up. Do me a favor, hit the like button. It definitely helps the channel. But let me know what you guys think in the comments, and let me know what your favorite exhaust setup is. I'm kind of curious to see what other G8X owners have on their car. But other than that, I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and I want to thank the team over at Active for getting this done quickly, because I know there's a wait time depending on how busy they are at the shop and stuff, so they were able to get me in pretty quick. Other than that, I'll see you guys on the next video.